Solaban is a small rural village located about 40 miles south of Mount Everest in a region of Nepal known as the Solo Khumbu. The fastest way to get to Solaban is to fly to Lukla and then hike for 2 days in a southerly direction. In 2003, the Burwen Education Foundation, also called the BEF, provided the funding for a school in Solaban. This project was accomplished with assistance from the American Himalayan Foundation and Angrita Sherpa, Chief Administrative Officer of the Himalayan Trust located in Kathmandu. The school is now educating about 200 students. In 2004, the Burwens trekked in the Everest region. The trek included friends and was led by Siddhar Dorje Sherpa from Solaban. At the end of the trip, the Burwens met with Angrita to discuss enhancements to the school and the possibility of building a small hydroelectric plant to provide electricity for Solaban. Angrita agreed to help with this project and put the Burwens in touch with an engineering firm in Kathmandu called MEC Consulting. MEC then traveled to Solaban during the dry season and determined that the creeks had enough flow to provide a maximum of 6 kilowatts of electricity year-round. MEC then provided a specification and a work plan for this project. In December of 2005, Jason Burwen and Rick Wally traveled to Kathmandu and then on to Solaban to resolve a number of questions and issues in order to determine if the project had a high chance of success. In Kathmandu, they met with MEC to resolve technical questions and to better understand MEC's capabilities. They then traveled to Solaban. In the Solo Khumbu, there are no wheeled vehicles. Everything moves on the backs of people or animals. Solaban is a difficult 2-day walk from the Lukla airport. This trek starts at an elevation of 9,300 feet and ends at 7,600 feet in Solaban. In between, trekkers descend into several deep valleys and climb several passes. The trails are primitive and steep with very difficult footing. The power plant required 44,000 pounds of equipment and materials to be hand-carried from Lukla to Solaban. Some of the pieces of equipment, such as the generator and the turbine, weighed hundreds of pounds. In Solaban, Rick and Jason discussed the tremendous amount of work that the villagers would have to supply. They would have to help carry in equipment, carry sand from the river 2,000 feet below for making concrete, level 2 pads on the steep Solaban hillside for the power plant and a holding reservoir, modify the hillside so that a 300-meter-long pipe called a penstock could carry water from the reservoir to the powerhouse. They would have to also build the transmission line network from the power plant to the houses and the school and wire the interior of the buildings. After hearing about this commitment, the villagers voted to move forward with the project. With this commitment, the BEF decided to fund the project. MEC would supply the materials and manage the construction. Dorje Sherpa was in charge of managing the village labor, while Angrita would have periodic review meetings with Dorje and MEC in Kathmandu to make sure that the project stayed on track. The BEF would provide high-level management to resolve any issues that arose during construction. It would also fund operator training in addition to the construction to ensure that the power plant would operate for many years. Without electricity, the children of Solaban had to study using kerosene lamps. These lamps produce vapors and fumes that cause significant respiratory health problems. Solaban was settled about 80 years ago. It is built on a steep mountainside. Farming requires extensive terracing. 3 small creeks provide the water supply for the village. The population is about 250 people living in 46 houses. This river, called the Dud Kosi, is about 2,000 vertical feet below Solaban. Villagers had to make many trips down to the riverbed to carry sand up to the village. The The sand was mixed with cement carried in from Lukla to make the concrete needed for the reservoir and other parts of the civil works. The BEF coordinates its work in Solaban with Dorje Sherpa. Dorje's family is one of the 2 clans that inhabit this village. His uncle is the de facto leader of the village. There are about 85 school-aged children from Solaban and another 100 or so children that are boarding in the village to attend the school. The school is currently providing 5 years of basic education with 4 teachers. 3 of the teachers are supported by the government, and a special English teacher is funded by the BEF. In 2009, the BEF funded the expansion of the school by 2 grades and added 2 teachers. Electricity generated at the powerhouse is transmitted throughout the village using a network of transmission lines. The 3-phase trunk lines use metal towers. The distribution to the homes is using wooden poles that will need to be replaced after about 10 years of service. This transmission network is only one component of the physical infrastructure built with the labor of the Solaban villagers. It shows how much hard work they invested in this project and why they are so invested in the ongoing success of the power system. The electricians are Solaban villagers who were trained by MECC, the engineering contractor and construction engineering firm. Each house is allocated 43 watts of electricity, which is enough to power 3 electric light bulbs. This reservoir is located 100 meters above and 300 meters walking distance from the powerhouse below. It is lined with concrete and holds an 8-hour supply of water, so that during the 3-month dry season, electricity can be provided in the morning and the evenings. In other seasons, the creek flows increase so that power is available at all times. This 4-inch metal pipe is 300 meters long and rises 100 meters above the powerhouse. It is used to carry water from the reservoir to drive the turbine in the powerhouse. It is called a penstock. The penstock is made of sections of pipe with variable wall thickness. The black pipe near the powerhouse needs to handle the highest pressures. It has thicker walls compared with the rust color pipe that is used higher up where the water pressure is lower. Variable thickness pipe was used since the thinner wall pipe is less expensive, and these pipe sections were lighter to carry over the steep, narrow trails from Lukla. Entering the powerhouse, you see the Pelton turbine, which is the heart of the system. The penstock is attached to the top of the turbine, forcing water onto the turbine blades at about 150 pounds per square inch of pressure. Using flat belts and pulleys, the turbine can power either the generator or a flour mill. This generator can produce 6 kilowatts of power. To put this in perspective, 6 kilowatts is the amount of electricity necessary to power about 4 hair dryers. The power control unit is the heart of the electrical system. It conditions the power going to the grid to make sure that the frequency and voltage are highly constant and controlled. Opening the valve on the top of the turbine allows water to flow in from the penstock. For this initial test of the turbine, it is connected to the flour mill rather than to the generator. The village will use this mill during the harvest season. The turbine is now connected to the generator, which is powering up the electrical control system for the first time. A puja is a Buddhist religious ceremony that asks the gods to bless a particular endeavor, in this case the commissioning of the electrical power system. These shawls, called katkas, are normally used to honor or bless people. Here they're being used to do that for the equipment. The red ochre paint is used in the same manner.
विद्यालयको हाम्रो तत्कालीन कक्षा 4 बाट प्रथम भएका थिए भाइ पुरी शेर्पा।
यसको विदेशीले सेन्ड गर्दाखेरि यो हुने भयो अब हामी भित्र पनि उज्यालै छ बाहिर किचनमा पनि